Putting that out. Update. All right. I think we're live, guys, here. Welcome, everybody, to the Fatherly Fandom.
Hey.
Live premiere here. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. We're two dads who love all things fandom, from Star Wars to Star Trek, Marvel to DC, and Middle Earth on down to Westeros. We love it all, and we want to bring all of our insights and love of all things nerdy to you, our viewers. Yeah. So if that's your cup of tea, welcome. We're here for you. So you should
or your cup of spatchka, or your cup of Westerosi red wine, or what are all the others with blue milk? Yeah,
that's true. So if it's any of those cups of drinks, or libations, then you should definitely subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on all of our amazing reviews and insights that we bring to all of our favorite fandoms out there. So as always, my name is Chris Matthews, and I'm joined as always by Mr. Matt Parham down here. So yeah,
this Which way am I looking up here today?
Other way. There he is. I'm looking down there. All right. So let's get started. Today is a live stream. We're going to be starting doing this from now on. As a man of my word, I'm keeping my promise here because we have reached 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So my daughter is going to be cutting my hair today.
About time there, Goku.
I know, right? So here's what we're going to be doing. So.
How come you guys
Oh, you know, because
he doesn't have a mother.
And remember, you got to go this direction first.
Yeah.
Cross here, leave the front of the mane.
Jeffrey,
just shave the back.
Right.
Why?
So this is gonna be a lot of fun for you guys, the viewers. What else? We're also going.
Whoa!
Guys, come on.
It's JJ, not me.
I know.
We're live here, folks.
Live at 5. But what we're going to be doing also is we're... This is what it's like as a dad. You got kids all over the place messing with your backgrounds and pushing things around. You got dogs and all sorts of other stuff. But what else we're going to be doing? We're going to be answering some of the comments that we've had on some of our videos so far. Mr. Sawyer.
I'm trying to make it go right.
Yeah, it's good. I'll fix it. Don't worry, guys. Stop it.
No. Okay, so where's Amelia?
This is live, guys.
No.
I don't know where I'm
Yeah.
But you're live.
We are live. Yes.
Yeah, Jinx, brother.
Are you ready, Dad?
Okay, so Olivia's gonna get started with this. So for you
Here we go.
viewers out there,
watch those scissors close to the face.
yeah, Olivia, be careful. You want to put on the mask or something?
No.
Okay. So here we go.
She didn't watch Smile, did she? Oh, look at the first lot. Say that first bit.
Woo, this feels amazing.
There it goes. Oh, there's an ear under there. There's an ear.
Right? Maybe you can. So she has buzzers too. I don't know why she's using the scissors here, guys.
I don't know why either.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
man.
Ready.
While this happens, can you hear the buzzer?
I feel like, oh, there it goes. We're in Wolf of Wall Street territory now.
Oh, we are.
You guys do not understand that reference, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
sit down
there
a little
it
bit
goes.
so you guys can see this fun going on here.
So,
Oh boy.
Mr. Matthews, let me ask you.
Yeah, go for it.
On a serious note, there's hair going right in that cup of coffee too. At some point.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Not so far.
Yeah. I'll cash app you $10, Olivia, whenever you get a big clump in that cup of coffee. What's been your favorite thing to review through the last 52 videos that we've posted? Coming up with these 151 subscribers, I believe.
know,
now.
right?
We're up.
Favorite thing to review? Probably, I think my favorite thing so far has been 13 Lives. If you guys haven't checked that out, I don't know if you guys can actually hear me too. If you guys haven't checked that out, we have that video up. It's one of our movie reviews. It's one of the movies that I had never heard of, and I went in cold. And so I absolutely love... Hey, guys, how we doing now over there?
The whole
I know. You got... wide gaping mouths and everything.
Yeah.
JJ, stop.
What's happening to Uncle Chris?
I know, I'm getting my hair buzzed here, and my girlfriend does not like this. I'm getting my hair buzzed. He really likes it.
Very, very sorry.
So I gotta say sorry, Tesh, that I have to do this, but I made a promise here. Oh, thanks, Aaron, for liking the Facebook live feed. Appreciate it.
Woo!
Thank
you, Aaron.
He's one of my co-workers. He's awesome. One of the best med techs out there.
Yeah, gonna come into work a little lighter than usual.
Yeah,
a little lighter too.
The old man, my background keeps
Stop.
jumping over here.
Can't do that.
Little spotty with the nair up there.
So here we go. Here's what it looks like so far. Oh.
Woo!
Oh, Olivia, show him. We got the Mandalorian shaving the old head now.
That's good. Facial covering, so protects against the random flyby zipping off. Just leave those bangs, Olivia.
So we start on some of the comments from our.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Let's pull those up.
A little bit of room here. I gotta pull these comments up.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great thing that we
The intro yet?
are grateful today for all the people that have supported us, getting us to this amount of subscribers, making it worth getting to this amount of video.
I want to know what Matt's gonna do. Since we hit the
No, I'm not taking off any hair. You guys get out
Why
of
am I
here.
the one doing all the sacrifice over here?
No. Good old Uncle Chris agreed to this, but here we are, folks.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm a man of my word, so I've gotta do what I can for the. I just hold this up right here. There you go.
No.
The most interesting haircut I've ever gotten.
For some reason I got kicked out. Now I'm having to get back in, and we'll get to these comments here. Okay, guys. Make sure that
Hey, if you can do me a
folks
favor
at home to be able to
and pick them up and throw them in the trash.
hey, it's actually getting a little bit shorter. It's starting to look you're looking a little bit more like what's her name in Rings of Power.
Guys, the background.
Maybe we should just tell them.
All right, comments.
Oh my God.
Comments. Let's go to the comments.
Yeah. We're here. 15 minutes ago, we got a comment from, and I apologize if I'm saying this incorrectly, but L. Marley, I believe.
L. Marley.
Marley. Yeah. Marley's got a very cool Sally costume from Nightmare Before Christmas on there. Way to represent an awesome movie.
Right.
She says, so much fun watching you dad. Couple of smileys in there. Thank you very much, L. Marley. I'm sorry.
Question for you.
We got a fan question live.
Okay.
What can we
Live
answer
fan
for you,
question.
sir?
Is Christmas like a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
This is an epic question. Okay. We
One
need
for
this
debate.
settled in the comments of this live stream today. So
Right.
we need everybody's answer out there. Wait, guys, is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Let's figure it out definitively today. So,
We're gonna settle it.
what do
apparently.
you Sawyer?
Halloween movie.
Halloween movie. What do you think, Amelia? Halloween movie. What do you think, Clara?
So
No, you got to pick one or the other.
that's lame.
I mean, that would be my answer too. Is both, but.
Oh, come on!
Look at this
ride the
awesome
fence.
hairstyle.
Don't ride the fence. Yeah.
So let's take a
wow.
look at the facts, guys. Let's take a look at the facts here. It is a Halloween setting, but it takes place during Christmas, right? So it's Jack Skellington who takes over Christmas. So the primary setting of the movie is Christmas time, right?
That's right.
And if Die Hard is a
It also
Christmas
goes-
movie, If Die Hard is a
Wait, let Uncle Chris talk.
So if Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas, then A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, it's
awesome.
really hard to hear you, man.
Okay, because of the buzzer.
Yeah.
All right.
But so I think what you're saying is because the bulk of the movie takes place during Christmas, that it is a Christmas movie.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Moves to Christmas.
Yes.
It does start on Halloween. They have an entire song called "This Is Halloween," right?
How's it looking,
It
guys?
looks pretty good. So yeah, I tend to agree with this because I think it's a Christmas movie because it takes place the majority of the time during Christmas.
Yeah.
But we look back at what the creators of the movie, right? Tim Burton, and of course, the wonderful work of composer Danny Elfman, when they released their masterpiece was October 29th, 1993. So do you think that with that release date, they intended for it to be a Halloween movie?
I think their original intention is what Clara was saying, was that it was supposed to be a Halloween and a Christmas movie. So honestly, I think that's it.
I know that most years you can go on to network television and find it featured as a list under a list of Christmas movies.
There you go.
And so to me, that also qualifies it as a Christmas movie. But right now, if you go on to Disney Plus and you want to, the Mandalorian's coming down. But if you want to find it right now on Disney Plus, it is listed under Halloween movies. So again, jury's still out, but let us know in the comments what you all think, and I'll refresh to see if we get any here. So thank you again, El Marley, for your wonderful Sally costume. Great representation of a great film.
So what was that comment from? Like, was that on one of our shows, or is that the live stream?
That was on this live stream.
Nice. Yes, thank you, Marley. So let's go into some of the comments that we've had in some of our previous episodes as well. Right.
We got one from Kenny. Says that everybody's talking about that episode of Andor where I said, who was that supposed to be? So Sonia says that was Andor as a kid.
Yes.
Remember, he was sent to a penal colony as a cook. Plus, there was snow on the ground, same snow when Clem was hanging. There's no snow when Andor has his chat with Biggs outdoors. It's very, very good point. And I believe you're right. I believe that was Andor as a kid or as a teenager, because we also got a comment from Ellis during that same day that was Andor as a teenager in the flashback when his dad was shot. Sorry, guys. When they show Andor as a grown man in the past, memories, it's supposed to reflect him thinking of the moment. And that's totally true, I bet. Also, that was him charging at the clone troopers in the Clone War era after his father was hung. Also, that was Luthen's assistant that put the hit on Cassian.
That was the other question that we had. And that episode, too, was episode 7, announcement that we're talking about here. So...
All right. So now, let's get into some of our epic comments about the Rings of Power, because we got some great ones here.
Hold on. Let's talk a little bit more about that Andor, if we can.
Okay.
And I went back and I watched that as well. And, that's definitely clone trooper armor as well, the little kid with the thing. And what they mentioned in the comment, too, was that he goes and gets captured and becomes a cook for the Empire as well. And he mentions that in episode 2 of Andor. Mm-hmm. So, lots of fun stuff.
Yeah, very good catch there by both Ellis and Sonia. So I really appreciate those. Gave you guys a couple of likes on those comments. We appreciate you watching our review of episode 7 of Andor. So tell us how you've been enjoying the rest of the show. We're up to episode 8 now, and episode 9 coming out next week, or this coming week, depending on if you consider Sunday, I guess, the start of a week. I guess I do. So, this Wednesday, and/or episode 9. What's that?
Yeah.
Or on Monday.
Well, I wish that they came out with Ant earlier, but they're going to save Halloween for all the great Halloween movies that we've been talking about. Clara, what is one of your favorite Halloween movies? Yeah.
No. That's short enough.
We can call Zombies a Halloween movie, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Zombies are pretty typical Halloween trope. Watch out so you don't knock it over the background. Oh, now you're on the other side.
We're done. We're done. This is the final.
No, guys, it's not a jungle gym. Okay. Hey, look at Uncle
Thank
Chris there. It's getting pretty trim. He's back to looking like a human being, sort of inmate, but
yeah.
you know.
I can see it's very light now, so
Yeah.
here we go.
Yep.
Okay, so hair has been buzzed, guys.
Getting a little breezy on top.
Woo! Yeah, I still have hair though. That's good. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not balding at all. So
All right, let's get into some of these. I need to say some of these comments about Rings of Power.
Rings of Power, and we got a comment from Patty Parham saying,
Oh,
hi,
right now?
Sora and Clara. So
Hi, Soya.
Yeah, Grammy Parham was on there.
Hi, Grammy.
Hey. Yep.
all right,
All right.
Grammy.
Hey, whoop, here comes Amelia too. Oh.
Don't call that like.
You guys can tell we're two dads, and we got kiddos all over the place. So
Yeah, let's see if we can get that comment to show up on our feed here. Grammy just put in a comment. It's not
Boom,
coming
look at
down
that.
to ours yet.
Your mom.
Yep.
Yeah, Mom.
it's on
So-
Facebook. It's a Facebook comment.
All right, buddy. All right, buddy. So,
Mommy.
oh, there's Mommy. You come in, yeah. Come on, Wonder Woman.
Get in here.
Grammy played a comment.
Yeah.
What's she saying?
Grammy's watching.
Oh, hi,
Said
Grammy.
hi, Sawyer and Clara. She didn't see you at the time, so she would have said hello to you too, little Amelia. What you looking at there? You're pretty concentrated.
Probably at the Mandalorian. Did you
Yeah,
hit
she
the
probably is
intro?
looking at the Mandalorian.
Did you hit the intro?
pretty
Okay. And Patty
intro
Parham
on
also
live
says, hi, Amelia. So Amelia got a shout out as
There we
well.
go. Yeah, you gotta shout out, Amelia.
Where?
Shout it out.
Grammy just said hello to you too.
Mhm.
Wow, that's a pretty hey, that's a great opportunity. Let's make our
Where's
best Halloween faces.
Ow. This was.
That's a great one. You even got like the hair of the girl from The Ring or something.
I know.
Woo!
That was really cool.
Oh man, we got all sorts of scary faces. Ah!
All right, so do we want to take the Rings of Power comments?
Yeah, let's do some Rings of Power comments. Okay, guys, give me and Uncle Chris a little bit of time to comment now. Okay,
Okay.
you guys go. You got your stuff that Mom wants you to do.
So I just want to say once again to all of our subscribers out there who have subscribed to our channel, we've really been blowing up lately. I think we've gotten like over 100 subscribers just in the last few days. So really appreciate all of you guys. And man of my word, got my hair buzzed from my daughter. You all got to see it here live. So it's a lot of fun with all the
Oh,
kids.
and there's the hat.
And this is why it's no big deal to buzz my hair, because I could just wear a hat.
Yeah.
You know, bald man's way.
Nothing to stick out the front anymore, though.
I know. I don't have my little
Such a
floopy.
shame.
I know. Right?
Yeah.
Gotta be honest. I would have gotten it cut such a long time ago, but I made this promise to get it cut for you guys when we hit 100 subscribers. So
Yeah.
once again, man of my word.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cop up some kind of good incentive for the 1,000 subscribers. So I'll think so.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's hit the Rings of Power comments that we've gotten over the past.
All right. Should we take the first one from Novus Renaissance here?
Let's do it.
He says, or she says, I'm not sure.
They say.
They say, yeah, there we go. Alas, this show is devoid of Tolkien and his lore. Atu Ilome and Are into Luva. I'm sorry, my Elvish is terrible.
Yeah, I'm
Buddy,
a little rusty
gotta
with
go.
my Elvish
Remember,
as well.
Mom's
so.
got stuff. Have you fallen to Rings of Power? with the showrunners now declaring in their most recent article that fans who oppose the show are evil, despite what these remaining episodes bring, is now redundant, for their arrogance is forged in rings of power. We invite all to discover our exurge Tolkien and have a counter perspective to Rings of Power and discover how it is full of heresy and hubris. The heresy of hubris is the most damning, for it is the single vice that binds all the persons developing the Rings of Power to the supremacy of a will that is anti-Tolkien, ironically leading the very destruction of the beloved treasure the theocracy of the machine claims to cherish. The showrunner's design for Rings of Power aligns with the mortal sin that fundamentally changes the craft of Professor Tolkien's canon and the spectacular secondary world as Melkor enslaved, corrupted, and broke the firstborn children of Ilúvatar. Again, very sorry. The
Ilúvatar.
Ilúvatar.
Yes. He's the main
Guys,
deity.
Mom wants you downstairs, okay?
Is that the end of the comment?
I just told you she's downstairs, Amelia. That is the end of the comment, yes.
Okay, so my reply is, yep. Okay, so that's it. That's all I gotta say.
My reply is very well stated. We had more comments, which we'll get to, from fans of the written Tolkien word and all forms of it. And I understand that the Rings of Power was lesser than for a lot of these people that would rather have seen a more direct interpretation of the text. To me, it's all a matter of taste. And so if you don't prefer Rings of Power, that's totally acceptable. And if you do, there's a place to talk about that as well. I know that here on Fatherly Fandom, we try to just remain positive. And, if that means that we welcome opinions that are not our own, of course, we are open to that. And as you've seen on this show, Chris and I don't always agree on our opinions of things. We were talking about Tales of the Jedi, how we found the hunting scenes to be a little false or a little more true to their accuracy and nature. Of course, we're talking about a cartoon. And then if we didn't agree on, House of the Dragon episode, where things were basically in the dark for about 50% of the time, maybe 60 or 70% of the time. But, we each have our own opinion, and so does Novus here, and we welcome that. So thank you for your comment. I think we've got actually one more from Novus here that we can. Yeah. You go ahead, because it's your turn to butcher the Elvish.
Yeah. Before we get into that other comment too, we've had a couple of other comments on Rings of Power, but I'm just gonna say it here, guys, on Fatherly Fandom. If you're gonna call out and call people names and everything, we're gonna take those down. We're not gonna respond to those things. Sure. You can definitely have your opinion on these episodes, on these shows, and everything. And if you don't like them, and if you have gripes with them, we love to hear about that. But we will not stand for you guys saying bad
belittling
things about
others
other
for their opinion.
Exactly. So we've been called shills. We've been called like another Amazon shill, and it's like, I want to know, like I'm not getting paid to
I would love to be an
stuff.
Amazon shill at this point.
Right? Yeah. Amazon has never contacted me.
Shill money.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not seeing any of that Bezos shill money. And all honesty, I'm not a fan of Bezos at all, but I did very much find.
Is it Bezos?
Bezos.
We should get. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, tomato.
Yeah, we've been accused of being Amazon shills and paid for by Amazon. Like, if they're paying us to review this, we're doing a terrible job at it, because it's like we only have 150 subscribers here. It's like no, we're just doing this for fun, guys. We don't get paid. So
I think that would be an interesting little caveat here, Chris. Just talk about just a sliver of the background information to how we developed this show. Because I don't think most people really know kind of what we were doing prior to this and what led to us creating this broadcast.
Yeah, we can definitely go into that. So in college, guys, me and Matt, we've always loved movies ever since high school when we met as best friends. and everything. We've explored movies. We'd have marathons, and we just love everything cinema. And we actually used to produce our own little movies in high school as well. If you guys didn't know,
painful.
Yeah. Painful
to
process.
watch now.
So
but,
easy.
actually,
like, you can do it so much easier on your phones nowadays than we used to be
yeah.
able to back in the day. But we made Sleep No More, which was one of my favorites. A little a scary movie. It was our first feature.
And yet another thing that we differ opinions on, because Sleep No More being Chris's favorite, my favorite was the documentary that we made afterwards about the making of Sleep No More.
Yeah, and I was
anybody was interested.
Yeah, exactly. So we really like Christopher Guest movies and everything. Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show.
Best in Show.
So it was basically like we were making a Christopher Guest mockumentary. With that episode, and I played a ripoff of George Lucas called Luke Gorgeous in that.
Yeah, and I think I was
insanely crazy.
I think I was a ripoff of Elijah Wood, as if we really got a hobbit to be in the movie. Yes, the cameraman was a hobbit.
Played a hobbit, so
I think I guess I played a ripoff of Frodo Baggins.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Because he had the ring. So it could have been Frodo, could have been Bilbo.
At one point, George Lucas gets raging mad at the Hobbit and unleashes his fury on him.
Absolutely.
But anyway, it was fun. So that's kind of how we started, just our love of good cinema.
Yeah. And
we tended to have similar background in our childhood tastes of movies, Back to the Future and Jurassic Park.
All the good stuff.
Of course, Star Wars.
Yep.
So from there, we just continued our friendship throughout college, and both of us were in the military. And, even after that, we always talked about, why don't we get, why don't we start making our own short films again? Or why don't we start a podcast? And we tried half a dozen things and eventually landed on a YouTube channel. So here we are.
Yeah, and we did produce quite a few podcast episodes during college as well, with the Mund podcast is what we called it. And there's an inside joke on why we use the word Mund, but it was Movies Unleash New Dimension is what we settled on. Nobody else would get it. And those episodes are still out there, too. You can look them up on Google and everything, and some of our episodes of the Mund podcast are there.
And those took place during the formation of the MCU. Remember, we had one of our first episodes was Captain America: The First Avenger, and that was like when it came out.
Yeah, it was. So we had that. We tried to do that for a while. Family got in the way, as well as work and college and.
You guys never get in the way, but we love you. Even though you're back there making a whole bunch of noise.
No, I wouldn't give it up for the world. And being a dad is the best job I could ever have. I'm sure Matt would agree with me.
I hear you.
When it comes to that, all I ever wanted to be was a dad. So that definitely takes priority. So we had to focus on that stuff for a long time. And, we've got developed in our careers. And we've talked about starting a podcast again for the longest time. And we're like, oh, let's do it. Let's get started with this podcast again. Let's do this. And, off again, on again kind of thing. Trying to figure out when we could do this, when we could fit it into our busy schedules as well. And eventually we got to a point where we're like, oh, let's try our hand at doing like a live stream or something like that. And originally, we were like, oh, okay, well, we'll just cover whatever we're watching. Every Sunday we'll do that, and we'll just discuss the things that we're watching for the week and whatnot. So we started that up. I think what was it? 2 months ago is when we started up our first real major episode here.
I think it was in September when we got going on a regular basis.
Yeah, so we started that, and then all these shows started to hit, and we was like, you know what? Let's try to cover these shows as we're going along. And so we started covering the shows individually, and we're making episodes. So we have playlists for all of those on our channel if you haven't seen those before. And we just
Yeah.
got into it, and we were able to fit it into our schedule. Sometimes we'd have to do driving episodes where Matt was driving on home. And if you guys don't know, behind the scenes, oh my God, there were times when it would cut out on Matt. And there's a few episodes in there where he, right at the end, gets taken out, and I had to do some creative editing on our videos because of that. And it was
So you guys
after
know,
hassle.
we realize the importance of coming out with these reviews and the insights and all that as quickly as possible whenever an episode of a show is released, because people want to watch it and then hear the information right then, and it's not always possible with our schedules. And so, as part of an attempt to answer to that, we came up with the idea of this traveling episode where essentially I would have my phone mounted, over there by the vent in my car and comment as I'm driving to work. I'm usually listening to audiobooks, but we thought, well, as long as I'm keeping my eyes forward, I guess it's going to work. And it was hit or miss with the audio.
But we were definitely trying to get episodes out there for you guys, especially with House of the Dragon coming out on Sunday nights. Didn't want to wait all week for you guys. And August 14th was the day that we did the first Sunday breakdown. So 2 months.
Okay, there we go.
About 2 months ago was when we started this thing up. So it's been a lot of fun so far. And you asked me what my favorite episode was, but what was your favorite episode?
This is why we like making this show, because we often do like the same stuff, and that was my favorite episode as well. My favorite movie or cinematic experience thus far since August has been watching 13 Lives. And again, if you have not seen it, guys, Grammy here, my mom was watching. I told them whenever they visited recently, if you haven't seen that movie, it's so authentic, so good. We've got a whole review of it, so you can go watch that, and I won't get further into it. But it was great talking to you about that, because every once in a while you'll see something like that just sort of has a small fundamental change on you as a person, and just kind of like broadens your perspective on the world. Right. Shows you a part of it that you weren't privy to. Obviously we were not there during this experience, couldn't have been. And a movie like this brings us as close to that as possible, especially when the filmmakers work so hard to get it right, as Ron Howard and his team did. So, 13 Lives, definitely my favorite. But we've had a lot of great episodes.
We have. I've been enjoying doing Spooktober as well. Hereditary was definitely an awesome watch if you like scary movies as well.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun getting to do that. And today, this is our live feed, but I will be dropping our latest episode on Smile. We both got to go to the theater and check that one out, so you'll be able to see that tonight. And then on Halloween tomorrow, we're gonna be covering Sinister as well. So
Sinister,
yeah. So let's go back to Rings of Power here and talk about that. You said there was a second comment that we had on. That. So
I'll get here.
I will take it.
Go for it. Yep.
Did we want to do Novus Renaissance again? Since he's commented a couple times, or
that's the only two that remain. So I read the one from 2 weeks ago. Can you get the one that's from a month ago?
Okay, let me pull that one up here. I love this. Our Elvish is very rusty here, guys. Maya Giovannin. Now the evidence is clear.
Sounded pretty good.
Thank you. Now the evidence is clear, and none can deny that ROP, Rings of Power, guys, is not of Tolkien. Take heart and join us for our released third installment of Exurge Tolkien that makes robustly clear the hearsay of quote-unquote ignorance of Tolkien's canon displayed out of the showrunners' mouths and hearts. They probably know nothing of Tolkien's masterpiece, as evident from the interview in the Vanity Fair's article. For they who proclaim to loveth Tolkien, yet understandeth not his worldview, can neither hope to create a new film, show, or series of his secondary world. Ata Ailome and Are Entuluva. So that's the comment.
Yeah. Now, I will say that I actually don't agree with part of this here because I don't think that you have to have the same worldview
Yeah.
as someone in order to be empathetic
Yeah.
to their perspective. And I don't think that when you're looking at all of the movies or shows that have come out, you take a show like, Breaking Bad. I don't think that the showrunners lived in the world of meth dealing and making in order to create that show. Or you take a show like The Sopranos, where there's mob hits going on. I don't think the showrunners are advocating for that or saying that they've ever been a part of a murder or something. Same thing with every horror movie you've ever seen, every movie about colonial Williamsburg. You don't have to have the worldview of the thing that you're creating or the characters that you're portraying in order to make a great film or show. It'd be impossible if that's all we did was just have directors and actors only play parts that were of people that they knew or people that they agreed with or people that they lived with or they themselves were the authentic characters. So I think you can definitely, that's why acting is a profession. You take somebody like Tom Hanks, he's never been to space, but he can definitely act like an astronaut who's been there. So I don't necessarily agree with that part of the statement.
Yeah, and that's okay. For me, I know that it was so contentious. Like that was definitely our most contentious show that we covered was Rings of Power, and a lot of people were very upset about it. We have not gotten as much negative comments and reviews as we have with Rings of Power. Lots of thumbs down on those episodes too. So It was very interesting to cover. And Tolkien, he wouldn't have liked any of his adaptations, even Peter Jackson's original Lord of the Rings trilogy, he would have not liked because it does stray here and there from the material as well. Same thing with Rings of Power, and we've talked about this in the past. They were very heavily constrained with what they can show, what they can talk about in Rings of Power, because they only had the rights to Lord of the Rings and the appendices. They couldn't cover the Silmarillion or any of the histories of the Middle Earth or any of the other materials that Tolkien had written, which is I can't believe they were even able to produce a show with as little as they did.
And you look at how out of their way they had to go in order to not include Peter Jackson for, the implication that they were, coming in and stealing from Warner Brothers material and that kind of.
Yeah, so just all the legalities that they had to jump through, and in the end,
Can I see her?
Yeah, you can see my hair. There it is.
Good job, Olivia.
Yeah, right? Very cool. She's laughing her head off right now, so. What we do for our children. But in the end, for me, it's I kind of do wish Warner Brothers, yes, we're still live. Warner Brothers or HBO Max actually has a collaboration, I guess, with Warner Brothers as well. I wish they would have gotten the rights because then they would be able to use the likenesses from Lord of the Rings. They probably would have been able to hire Peter Jackson or somebody else, but Amazon was able to put up the most money, so they got the franchise.
Well, and I think about that sometimes. I'm like, it would have been fun because inevitably there would have been a ton of cameos, from people in the old trilogy. And that would have been cool to, see all those people back to some degree. Right. Playing like Elijah Wood, maybe playing an older Frodo Baggins or something like that. But ultimately, I'm glad to see something refreshing and new in the Tolkien universe because we have so many reboots, retreads, sequels, prequels, all this stuff related to established IP out there. It's really tough to see something new. And of course, Rings of Power isn't new. It's not trying to necessarily be new, but it's as new as you can get in the Tolkien universe, I think. Just my opinion.
Yeah, and
So,
I enjoyed it, and I talked about this on Rings of Power. They had different pitches from different studios and different makers about what they wanted to make, and out of the three, the Rings of Power one was by far the most interesting one to me. So I'm glad that they got to make it. I hear this is just rumor and speculation, so we're just speculating here, guys. But I hear that they are going to bring on new showrunners for the next season of this.
really?
And they might, yeah. And they might actually be able to get more purchase material from the Tolkien estate with the next season. So all the gripes and complaints that you fans are having might actually have made an influence on this series moving forward. So you never know. This might be a show that more fans can come on board with season 2. Maybe they'll be able to correct their mistakes and mend the relationship between some of the fan base and make it less toxic. That's what I'd love to see. I just love when we can all get together and talk about this stuff and just enjoy the material. We got that with House of the Dragon. Like, it seems like everybody is on board with House of the Dragon. It was so fun to cover that because all of us would talk about our theories and what we were reading with it, and it just seemed like a genuinely enjoyable thing to do. But with Rings of Power, there was just so much vitriol behind it, so much hate. It was hard to cover at times, So I really do hope that moving forward, more people will enjoy it and they'll like it for what it is. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see when it comes out. And we did get another comment on the Hereditary, show that we did too. Did you see that one, Matt?
No. Did I miss that one?
Yeah, so I can bring it up here if you want. So this was from Gerard Martinez. Thank you so much, Gerard, for sending a comment to us here. Did you want to read it, or do you want me to?
No, go ahead. Yeah, you got it.
So Gerard says, agreed, very disturbing movie. I remember seeing it in theaters and actually feeling nervous about being able to continue watching it. No horror movie has ever made me feel that way before. And you're right about family passing, because I commented that if you had a family member that recently passed, this probably isn't the movie for you. The year it came out, my dad had passed away suddenly. I literally remember not being sure if I could finish the movie. I felt queasy, sick to my stomach, but that's what it sets out to do, which the movie absolutely does. And for that, it's very effective at building mood and dread. Can't agree more, Gerard. Thank you so much for your comment on that show. But
and very courageous statement, to be that vulnerable on the internet. So thank you, Gerard. It is a tough movie to see in really any time of your life, but to be going through something like you were, and see it in theaters, which to me always delivers a fuller experience. Man, that must have been so hard. So thank you for your comment. It's a very good point. And if you're out there listening to us, folks, and you have not seen Hereditary, and you're in a place like Gerard, again, I would just leave it alone until until all that is well past you, because it's a very tough movie to watch.
Yeah,
we'll say it.
It definitely can be. So I very much appreciate your candidness there, Gerard, and I feel for your family. Hopefully your family's doing well, and I'm sorry for your loss. I recently lost a grandmother a few weeks prior to watching that show as well. So that's one of the reasons I mentioned that it would be very hard for anybody going through a loss to watch that movie as well. So yeah,
absolutely. So. I think we had another comment from Lamarley here. Enjoyed this. Let's see. Going to watch it. She was reacting to Thor: Love and Thunder. So we'd love to hear from you. If you watched the movie and you enjoyed it, you saw Chris and mine. Chris and I did differ in our opinions of it a little bit. So
I did not enjoy it.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it a little bit more, but we know that it was very polarized out there for both fans and critics alike. So if you have further insight, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to read more of these comments and things in our future broadcasts, because we really appreciate the support.
We do. So, yeah, and we want to do this where we come on live and talk about those comics as well. But let's move on into like what we're watching outside of the show and everything, or what news we've heard. A big one for me, the biggest news I've heard so far is Henry Cavill coming back
don't
as
do it,
Superman.
man. If you haven't seen Black Adam, don't.
No, this is all over the
out.
news that he's coming back. I wasn't even referring to Black Adam. I haven't seen that either, but like the news is out there that he's signed on. They're gonna make a Man of Steel 2, so I don't think that was meant to be just...
did you hear that he actually gave up the role of Geralt on
the
Geralt?
Third season?
Sorry.
Yeah, Geralt is
Fourth.
the third season is the last season that he's going to be on for that, and old Chris Hemsworth's brother, Liam Hemsworth, is going to be taking over the role for season 4. So
hot tubbing it up as Geralt.
Hot tub.
White Wolf.
Is there a hot tub? Oh, yeah, from the first season of
the huge meme that was everywhere.
Yeah, all the girls swooning over Henry Cavill and that.
Yeah, not just that, but talk about what we've been watching lately.
Yeah.
My family and I enjoy Nailed It on Netflix.
Nailed It! Oh, my daughter loves Nailed It.
Yeah,
Great show.
They kind of had a half season of Nailed It that premiered just with a bunch of Halloween episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those, I don't think that I can't remember the exact theme of the episode. But it might have been, I think the entire theme was The Witcher, because the final cake was Geralt sitting there in the hot tub, and
nice.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. But that news on that show, I don't think they're going to be producing another season. In fact, they have not released that entire season yet, and I don't know if they're going to because of some union problems, and so that might be the last that we've seen of Nailed It. Sorry to say.
Oh man, R.I.P. Nailed It. That was a fun show to watch. Again,
it was.
Really did enjoy it as well. So I haven't seen Black Adam, but I hear that the audience is very much enjoying. Critics not so much as well. Have you gotten to see Black Adam yet, Matt?
No, I haven't, but I have seen some outside the theater interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And take this with a grain of salt, folks, because a lot of the interviews that you see on YouTube, they can be edited any way that they want. So if they want to downplay a movie's effectiveness, then they're only going to include the interviews of people that didn't like it. You know, if they want to boost the moviegoers' attendance to a certain film, they might only include the interviews of people that liked it. You know. So anyway, I saw a montage of people just coming outside the theater after seeing the film and not liking it. So so I don't know. I'm on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to go see it. I want to think that after all the effort that The Rock put in, to getting the movie made.
Yeah.
Right, that it would be worth seeing. So I'll probably go see it, but like we've said, it's difficult to schedule all of this in as working dads. So we'll see if I can get out there. Right,
yeah, and on Rotten Tomatoes, you guys know I like to look up Rotten Tomatoes. Black Adam's getting a 40% from critics. That's 253 reviews from critics on there.
That's quite a sample size compared to the ones that we usually read on this channel.
Right, from our shows and everything. And but the audience score can't be any different than that. It's 90% with 5,000 verified ratings. So that's
Well, and it was funny. All those negative reviews that I watched, those videos, they would come out and they would say, it's cheesy or whatever. But there was an awesome ending scene, or mid-credits scene. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make an entire movie. Like, I'm really happy that, there's this awesome scene. But still, you got to judge the thing as a whole.
Yeah.
So
that's true. So yeah, like you said, I don't think we're going to be covering it on this podcast, but if I do check it out, we'll talk about it on one of our live streams here as well. What else is coming up? Let's see here. The next
Wakanda Forever, Willow's coming out.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, we're neither DC nor Marvel addicts or advocates or any of that. We just, again, go see what we have time for.
Right. I love it all.
So yeah, right. Yeah, we'll see if Wakanda Forever makes it on our list. We definitely are both excited about it.
They're not shying away now, though, about who Black Panther is. Like, it is all over the advertisement.
I have not seen any advertisements, so please don't tell me.
You don't want to hear? It's pretty obvious.
I do not want to hear.
Especially if you're a comic book reader of Black Panther, you know exactly who it's going to be. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot of fun getting to see that because we're going to get to see. Do you know who the villain is in that match?
Nope. Don't want to know.
Don't
know anything about it.
Can't talk to you about this stuff. I'd love.
That's right. Not until after I've seen it.
The show is about what we talk about, and another trailer I got to see. I didn't get to do a reaction video on it, but Creed 3. We got a trailer for Creed 3, and it does look pretty fantastic. And if you guys don't know, Rocky is not coming back for this next one. Sylvester Stallone said he's not doing it, and it's directed by Michael B. Jordan. He's actually making his directorial debut with Creed 3. I love Creed 1 and 2. This series is really good. Ryan Coogler, who did Black Panther and is doing Wakanda Forever, directed the first Creed movie, and it was his brainchild, his idea, his passion, was to bring this story to light, and it was just amazing. Awesomely done. Great performances, and if you like the Rocky movies, it's right up your alley as well. I love the premise for this next movie. They're kind of going outside of Rocky now, and he's going to stand on his own 2 feet, and he's got this character. It's the guy who is let's see, what's his name? I'm blanking on the dude's name, but he's the big bad for the Marvel universe right now, so.
Kang the Conqueror?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the guy who plays Kang the Conqueror. What's his name? Do you got his name?
He's in everything
He's
nowadays.
He's got so many things.
Have you seen the trailer for Devotion? That looks like it's going to be a good one about the Korean War.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah. But he's in that too. He was in Lovecraft Country.
Jonathan Majors.
There you go. Jonathan Majors.
Sorry, guys, about that. But Jonathan Majors, he is the main antagonist in Creed 3, and apparently he's a friend from childhood with Adonis and everything, and he goes to prison for many years, and it seems like in the trailer that he basically took the rap for Adonis for something, so he feels like he's been slighted, and it seems like a pretty good thing, like, taking friend against friend in this situation. But I very much look forward to it. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check out that trailer. Looks awesome. So can't wait for that. We're going to be getting Bad Batch Season 2 is coming up here too. Alongside Andor. We're going to be getting that pretty soon as well. So when does Bad Batch Season 2 come out? Release date for that is September. Well, no, that's not right. That's not September 28th. That's what it says. Like, 2 sources say it's September 28th. It's not September 28th.
Already out there, folks.
I know, right? When is it releasing? And this is what I don't like about, Lucasfilm has had a major problem with releasing stuff and changing the dates. And suddenly, okay, we're going to do it a month later. They did it with this Andor. They did it with a lot of their shows, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, hey, guess what? We're going to release it this date. And hey, guess what? We switched it. And it's going to be released tomorrow. I know. It was like, whoa. So I'm kind of glad we didn't cover that on Fatherly Fandom because they did switch it around quite a bit. And it was like, okay, how are we going to do this? So I don't know when it's coming out.
You want to tell everybody what we watched yesterday? No, hey, don't put the rope around your legs and walk up the stairs.
We watched
I'm gonna take the ropes.
We did too. I got to watch that yesterday.
Hey, wow. Yeah. We could have done a little mini review.
Sawyer, what'd you think?
What rating would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being your most favorite movie ever, The Shawshank Redemption. No, he has not seen that, by the way.
I was about to say, good taste.
I would give it
What? Okay, how many you got? 8? 8 of
Eight.
10?
8
Okay,
out of
that's a
10.
fair assessment. Yeah. Very good. What about you, Clara? Amelia, what do you guys give? Come on in here.
Hocus
Tell us about
Pocus
Hocus Pocus 2. Yeah.
100.
100 out of 10.
100. Hey Olivia, what
Okay.
would you rate Hocus Pocus 2?
1 and
Oh, wait. Yeah, Olivia's answering, then we'll get you in
Olivia?
here.
Olivia says 100.
I say 1.
Who's really?
And JJ says
8?
1.
No, I
He
say
didn't
mine
like
is
1 out of 10?
for
We got a
JJ.
critic.
He didn't
Woo!
like it, apparently. Olivia loved it
Scathing
100%.
review.
So
Don't pick your nose. What about you, Amelia? Final thoughts.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Loved it from beginning to end. What did you guys think? Was it a lot like the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed a lot like the first one, right? We watched the first one.
Was there
What
a sword right there?
What was Olivia's
Why was there a
thinking?
sword?
What was Olivia's thinking?
What was Olivia thinking? Is
she
what
liked
Amelia
it.
wants.
It's 100%.
100% out
Yeah,
of 10.
100%.
All right, thank you guys. Yes, Hocus Pocus 2 was definitely on okay, am I going to have to... Yep.
Charlie vacuum thing with Chris.
Yes, yeah. Uncle Chris and I and Mom filmed a movie called Charlie that was based on Jaws.
Charlie! Yes. It was a push vacuum that would kill everybody. So
we
Charlie.
we do. We have a
still
push vacuum
Charlie.
Charlie.
I was a raggedy old pirate. Who,
Yeah.
had an eye patch.
And we somehow had the push vacuum eat Uncle Chris in half.
Charlie!
Yeah, it was a rough movie. It was pretty. Yeah, I know. That's exactly
Does
the
somebody
expression.
have that movie? Do we have that movie? We should show it to our audience at some point.
I don't know what happened to that one, but
Yeah.
yep.
You should do it again.
It was a Jaws parody, and we had one of those red push vacuums that you see in a lot of theaters.
Right.
But it got aggressive. It became sentient and ate the old grizzled Captain Chris there. I don't know what your character's name, but for some reason it went after you first.
What? Little more about.
Oh, we can talk about Sleep No More. We gotta wrap it up here.
Yeah,
Uncle
we do
Chris
have to wrap it
gotta
up.
get going.
Yeah.
Wrap your head. Wrap
Let us have the final word. Yeah, thank you.
JJ. Enough, dude. Settle down the kids. But yeah, so that's really all we got for you guys today. You know, we're gonna be doing Sinister tomorrow, reviewing that.
Yep.
Oh, JJ!
Whoa, that was a direct hit.
I know, right? Jeffrey, you hit me in the face, dude.
Hopefully, you still got that eye patch from.
I'm glad it's not a real Darksaber. I'd have been dead. So
yeah, done.
all right, I get a hug for that. But
Yeah.
we're gonna be covering that. We're gonna be covering Andor this week as well. Like we said, Willow in November is what we're gonna cover.
Yep. And give us some suggestions of what to watch next. We know there's a couple of interesting movies coming out throughout Thanksgiving. Throughout December, just like October, we're going to be doing Christmas holiday films.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, we can't wait for suggestions on those. So send them all our way, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we will. So it'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait. JJ. Hey, I will turn it off for you. He's got the Darksaber here. So if you didn't see this. So we're going to turn it off. There we go.
Woo!
So, so thanks for joining us, guys. This this is off the cuff for us for Fatherly Fandom, and you got to see a little bit of our lives here with being dads as well. So that's been a lot of fun. It's been fun doing this with you guys. Thank you, Patty Parham, for the comments on Facebook. Appreciate all that. Appreciate the couple of likes. Joshua of Interest is like this video as well as Aaron. So thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Very nice.
Joshua
Ventress,
yeah,
the great composer of our theme song. Got to give a shout out to the Ventress man himself, and say thank you for composing that music for us. Yeah. It sounds great. I love listening to it every week.
Yeah, and if you guys want to, like in our videos, I post the link to his Instagram account where you can check out more of his material. So go check that out if you can for us. So yeah, from our families to yours.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. What's burning?